And here we go.
How's it going, everybody? My name is Jesse
Hello.
Guns. Bang, bang, gang, gang. Let's get back into this not game. This is actually a different video. So today we are finally getting into the Danganronpa franchise-ish tier list. We swimming like fish.
Stop. Jasmine, stop.
Gonna grant your wish.
Stop.
Let me stop. But yes, finally doing the Danganronpa tier list, and I made one from the site like tiermaker.com. So a lot of people I see have used this, so I'm gonna use it too. I just changed the colors a little bit. I mean, it's Danganronpa, so I'm gonna make it like Danganronpa-ish colors, you know. So whatever. And now this is gonna be a tier list for the games. Okay, so I'm not gonna get into the anime characters yet, because there are some people in the anime that were not featured in the game, but we're not gonna talk about those people. We're gonna just focus on the ones that I actually played the games for on my channel. And this is just my opinion. I don't want anybody to get in their feelings about any of this, okay? This is just my opinion. Don't attack me. Don't try to cancel me. None of that stuff, okay, y'all? I'm sorry, okay? This is just me. This is just my opinion. So we're gonna start off with the first game, which is Trigger Happy Havoc. Yeah, so Danganronpa 1. So let's go. All right, so first we are going to start off with Leon. So Leon was the first one to be officially punished, you know, for a kill, because he killed Sayaka. So he was okay. Like he was all right.
Hold on, y'all. Okay, y'all, I'm back.
Like, I didn't really feel too bad or head over heels for him, so we're gonna put him in the neutral section. Now, next one is Chihiro or Cheerio. So y'all already know what Cheerio going.
Yep.
Like, I don't even have to explain that one. Mondo is my macho man. Mondo is my dude, okay? I'm gonna put him the I like you. I wish they didn't turn him to Butter though. I don't know. I feel like they did him so bad. Taka was the one that was like, you know, all about the rules and everything and trying to be so strict. But I kind of respect him. I kind of respect him after looking at his free time events. I kind of do. I kind of like him a little more than I did, like, you know, from what I saw in the game. So I'm gonna put him in the I like you category. He filmed me. Man, this man
You know
was
she didn't
something
like him.
else, okay? I didn't necessarily not like him, but I didn't really go head over heels for him either. So I'm gonna put him in the neutral.
Oh, neutral?
One. Like, it's not really like I really had an issue with him. I don't think I ever did, actually. So let's keep it going. Celeste, all right, so she was a very interesting character. Okay, she wanted so many men to serve her. And she was like a liar. She was a good liar too. Actually, maybe not, because that I was suspecting her that entire time that like we were trying to search for the killer. She was making my whole radar go crazy and make my wheels turn. So I don't know, but I like looking at her free time events, seeing that she was like gambling and doing different games with different people. So that was pretty cool. So we're gonna land her in the neutral, because it's like I like her, but I don't necessarily not like her either. So it's just, you know, you're okay. Like her character was okay. Sakura, I liked her since she came in. Actually, when she first came in, I didn't even see that she had a skirt, so like I assumed that she was a man at first. But I gotta automatically put her in the top tier section, because first of all, she didn't get killed by nobody. Okay, spoiler. Go back in the game and watch those gameplays if you haven't yet. If you haven't, actually just watch all of them, because I'm gonna be spoiling a whole lot of stuff here. So with Sakura, nobody can take her out, okay? She's the strongest person alive, okay? And for good reason, all right? So she had to take her own self out, okay? Even though that was actually the saddest part of this game, was her whole chapter where she killed herself. And
the crazy part is, throughout the entire series, that's the only suicide of the entire Danganronpa thing. Okay, I'm back.
I wanted to cry. I honestly did. So I was so sad to see her go. Mukuro Ikusaba. Oh my God. How many times I heard her name in this damn game from Kyoko. Oh my Lord. Oh Lord. She wasn't really in the game for that much.
Hardly
at all. She was, and we already know her role that she played in the game, and she was basically Junko's twin. The only thing with her is that the only thing with Mukuro is that she was kind of like just obeying whatever Junko told her to do, to the point that led to her death, okay? Because she was the ultimate soldier, and she was part of, the ultimate despair with her and her sister. And we're just gonna put her in here, not because I didn't like her.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like, I don't know. Maybe I could put you here, neutral. Because it's not that I don't like you. It's just that we didn't get that much from you. We've only seen it like in the anime. The only time that we've actually seen her like do something, like actually like see her do something in the school was when she was in the anime, from what I saw. So that's why I'm just placing her in neutral. I don't necessarily not like her, All right, Toko, Genocide Jack. Well, actually, this one is Genocide Jack. That one is Toko. So Genocide Jack is crazy, okay? So Genocide Jack has a code where if you're a cute boy, you're pretty much dead, all right? So she will gladly kill the men. We're gonna put her in, I like Genocide Jack. Genocide Jack gave me some excitement a little bit. I don't know. So now, Makoto, the man that said so many times that he was just so average and everything. Like at the beginning of the game, like he started here. I'm not gonna lie. He started right here because I was
Sorry if I pause, come in and out, y'all. Sorry about that.
tired of everybody treating him like a damn doormat, and he wasn't speaking up for himself and everything, and saying, "Oh, I'm just an average student." I got so tired of it so much, okay? But then he actually blossomed a little bit later on and became more likable to me. And plus, he kind of like helped with the Future Foundation and everything like that. So we're going to move him up to I like ya. Okay, I don't love you, Makoto, but I like you. Toko, bam, no explanation needed. Okay, Byakuya, ooh, Byakuya. This is a tricky one, okay? Because when we first started the game, and you guys all know, I had him right here. Okay, he was right there. I couldn't stand him. He was a bitch to me at every angle, but as we kept going, I saw exactly why he wanted to win, especially looking at his free time events, why he had to, like, he literally had to fight his own siblings to become like the number one of the Togami family. So he actually went through a whole bunch, and it's probably why his personality is so bitchy a little bit. It come off as that way because of what he went through, like as a child, like literally having to fight for his spot in the family to be the number one and be the top. So I really kind of do respect him. So I'm gonna put him to I like you. And Toko was something, okay? She was something in this game. She herself alone was always cussing out Makoto for just talking to her, okay? And then if I try to get close to her, she always act annoyed. But then she kind of wanted friends, but then she didn't. So it was just a lot. But she was okay. She was a sweet girl. She'd been through a lot of things when she was younger. Her parents mistreating her in the worst ways. So we are going to put her here. I could actually no, I like Toko. So we're gonna put her there. All right, Hero. Oh Lord, Hero was the comic relief of this game. Okay, he just provided so many moments that you just sit there and just think like, how high were you, okay, in this game? But he was actually pretty funny and enjoyable, so I actually like him. Oh, wait, nope, there we go. I actually like him, all right? I have really no issues with him. It was just that, he wasn't the smartest, but he ended up getting out in the end with the rest of them, so I like him. Okay, Asahina, we already know. I love her. She's already going up here. She's a foodie. She loves athletic stuff. She likes to swim. So I love her. I love her so much. She was also one of the other people that got out at the end. and became part of the Future Foundation. So I completely respect her so much. She was just such a fun, positive character, and she was close to Sakura too, so that also gives her points because she was always nice to her and they were always training together and it was so cute. Okay, now Junko. Oh, Junko, you have been all up and down this thing, okay? Because I like her character. I like her character a lot, actually. But it was just annoying how in every game she had something to do with something in every game. She has been mentioned in every game. Here, yeah, actually, she has been mentioned in every game. She has been mentioned in Trigger Happy Havoc. She has been mentioned in the second game.
Third one.
She's been mentioned in the anime. Well, she was in anime. And then the last game that I tried, she was in that too, and she was also in the spin-off game with Toko as well. She was in a whole lot of shit. Okay, she was in a whole lot of shit, and I don't know. I can't. It's like a love-hate relationship with Junko. It's a love-hate relationship. So I'm gonna put her in neutral because I can't figure out if I hate you or if I like you. I cannot figure out if I do. Now for Sayaka, she was the first one gone in this game. She was, well, no, I shouldn't say first, but she was the first one that we had a trial for, okay? Because the first one was actually this Junko, which was actually Mukuro Ikusaba playing as Junko, which turned into this. So let me get to you first, because I liked you. I liked you because I was like, oh, that's a fashionista. I liked her vibe and everything, and then she died really fast. So like, I couldn't really say much for this character because she was the first like example, basically, of what Monokuma could do. So we're going to put Sayaka at okay. She was okay. You know what? I put her here. I put her here in the neutral because she was the first one. We didn't have that much time with her. That's another thing. Like, it's like with rating these characters and everything, yes, I could look at their free time events and things like that. But I will say Sayaka did create one of the most iconic, like, death scenes, I should say, in this game. Because when she died, she made, you know, that number, which actually flipped upside down, spelt the name of her killer, which was Leon. And I thought that was really cool, like coming into the game and then like seeing how like this first trial, how that first trial ended and how she basically helped Makoto like figure out who her killer was. That was actually really cool. So I'm gonna actually move her up here to I like you just because of that fact. And now that I look at it, now that I don't have anybody left. Now that I don't have anybody left and I'm looking at this this whole list, this is why I think I like the first game the most, because there wasn't anybody that I ended like at the total end of the game. There wasn't anybody that I absolutely hated or just didn't like. Like everybody was okay and up. Like I didn't really have any complaints about anybody. I would think that Byakuya would be at the bottom at the end of the game, but looking into his character more, like I liked him towards the end of the game. Like it changes. Like your attitude changes of how you feel about these characters from the beginning to like the end. So I will say I appreciate that about the first game. So now moving on. All right, now we have the characters for Danganronpa 2. Goodbye Despair. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into it. Okay, starting off with Akane. Y'all already know that this girl is going right here, okay? I loved her the entire time that we were playing the game. Her past is kind of sad, actually, and that's probably why she was saying such wild things about, like, you know, people trying to touch her body and stuff like that, and she doesn't realize that that is actually a bad thing that was happening in her past. But we're not going to go into that because that's going to be very long. But I appreciate her character so much. She just wants to be around strong people. She admires strong people, and she hates weakness. And it's just, I don't know. I just like her character. Her character is just so nice. Chiaki, bam. You already know why she's going here, okay? That is my number one. And especially if you watch the anime, you would know exactly why I love this girl, man. And how they did her, how they did her in the anime with her death was so damn sad, okay? Like, I wanted to cry, okay? But she is a gamer. I love her whole attitude. She was just so needed. Like, I don't know. I love her, okay? Next. Now, the ultimate imposter.
Fat Byakuya.
I gotta give it to him right here. I gotta give it to him right there because we saw like who he actually was like in the anime and like what he actually looks like. But in this game, like he played Byakuya to like a T. Because when I first played this, I really thought that was Byakuya, just bigger, you know, and like he maybe like ate something. I don't know, but he played that man perfectly. Like he deserves that title of the ultimate imposter. Okay, and I don't know, he just did his job well. You know what? For that, I'm gonna say I like you actually because he was very, very good at what he did. And talking to Hajime and, you know, like trying to become friends with him and actually was happy to find out that Hajime liked him. He decided to, you know, like be himself and stop being other people. So I thought that whole sentiment was nice. So I actually like his character too. Now, Hajime. What can we say about you, sir? I don't even want to put you nowhere yet. I have to actually think about this one. I'm gonna put Hajime in a neutral, okay? Like as one of the main people, or actually the main character that I was playing as in this game, he didn't give me like the full impact that like, you know, Makoto did. I don't know. I'm actually gonna put him right here because it's not that I hate his character, but he didn't really do, I don't know, he didn't do enough for me. Like as far as like remembering like the main people like in these games and stuff, like Makoto is definitely a legend. Hajime, not so much. For me personally. Ibuki, she was so sweet. I have to put her in the I like you. At first I thought she was an e-girl when I first played the game because she kind of look at her like she kind of has like that fit a little bit like at first glance, but she's actually like a rocker and she had like a cute little, you know, free time event when she was playing and doing a concert with the other girls that were there and inside the academy, so, or I should say resort, because this one wasn't even really in the school. It was outside in a resort somewhere on Jabberwock Island. So, whatever. Mr. Babyface, Fuyuhiko, okay? I started off with you right here, buddy, because he gave me attitude when I didn't give him anything. Like, it was just unsolicited, unprovoked bitchness. Like, and he was just like so mean. I thought it was because he was short. I'm like, are you mad because you're short and you have a baby face, a little child, huh? But actually, he was actually kind of sweet when it came to Peko and their relationship. So I kind of could put him up there just for that reason. But he did have a lot of things going on, you know, being like the ultimate Yakuza and stuff like that. And he actually showed a sensitive side when it came to Peko. And I don't know, I could move him up. I can move him up to I like you. I liked his character. I had to get, it's like everybody that I end up hating, I actually end up liking a bit. Not love, but I actually liked them more than I did when I first started the game. Now, Mahiru, I don't know how to, look, y'all, it's a lot of names. I'm gonna get some of these wrong. But Mahiru, okay, she was the ultimate photographer. I gotta put her in this section. Only because I feel like after all that I've seen and all with the free time events and things like that, like I know that she was kind of close to her right here, but I don't know. I just felt like this game would have progressed probably the same way without her. I don't know. That's just me. Might be a hot take. That's just me, okay? Okay, Mikan, and boy, when we first got into this game, okay, she provided so many moments.
Fan service.
I don't want to call it fan service, but just a lot of questionable poses, okay, that she got into in these cutscenes whenever she would fall because she was so clumsy and be exposing, you know, her hoo-ha or her, you know, yeah, so that was actually kind of funny, but it was kind of sad seeing as though like, you know, like her hair is the way it is because she was bullied and things like that. So that's actually kind of the sad thing to point out. Now I'm sad now. Now that I'm talking about it, now it just made me sad all over again. But we are going to put her here because she, like, I didn't necessarily not like her character, but also I didn't care for her that much as the level of these people. Now Nagito, we all know how complicated this man. Well, he just wanted Hope to win,
no matter
in
what,
the best way possible, and he He was something. He was something. Okay? Nagato was like a walking hope orgasm. I don't know how else to explain that. Like, without me having to go into like a whole lot of detail about this man's character. Like, he just wanted hope to overcome despair. He may seem like everything that he was doing was like weird, but it was actually very logical and calculated in his mind. And I kind of see how he was going about things. I kind of understand it. I kind of understand his character. At first, I was just thinking that he was like, just weird. But I honestly thought that he was just weird. But I'm just going to go ahead and move him up to I like you.
I can respect that.
He was very complicated, but he caused a lot of things to happen in this game, and for good reason.
Nagato is one of my favorite characters in Danganronpa. I don't care what y'all say. He brought the heat in Danganronpa 2. I mean, the man blew up the game room. Come on now. I would have put him, if it was personally me, I would have put him in the I love you list, but that's just me.
And actually helped them towards the end. So I don't know. Like, that's why I'm just just leave him there. All right, now we have Nekomaru. Oh, Nekomaru. Or should I say Mekamaru, because he was both of them. So,
I liked him.
he was a strong man who always took a bunch of shits. And then he was a robot man. So you know what's wrong about him? He died twice now.
Yeah, which is fucked.
I just realized that he kind of technically died twice. Because the first time that he died was in no fault to his own, because he was trying to protect Akane. Okay, and for that, I should just put you right there. That I like you because of that. Then because Monokuma wasn't supposed to do that, and he died by like kind of accident, he kind of had to put him back together. And because of that, it made him into a robot, which then again made him get killed again. So it's like he kind of like died twice. But this man gets to go in the I like you category. Okay, I liked him. I liked his energy. I liked that little cutscene that was with him and Akane when they were both he was giving Akane the massage, and to me, I ship them. Like, if they were to be together, like, I ship them together. I really do. Oh, Peko, I like her. I like her too. She was amazing. She was always guarding Fuyuhiko. And they would have been a very good couple if things didn't turn out how it did. I really think so, because she was always by his side. She was made to be by his side, basically. But Fuyuhiko came out to actually care for her in the end. So I really wish that we could see more of them. I don't know. I wish more for Fuyuhiko and Peko. I really did. Now, Hiyoko. I don't know if people are going to agree with me on this one. Probably not.
Put her at the bottom.
But I'm gonna put her here. I don't really care for her character.
Oh.
Like, looking at the whole game in itself.
Well, that turned differently. I was expecting her to say, get the hell out of here.
Well, first of all, how they did her death was kind of wrong. It was kind of like a 2-for-1 special, like with her and Ibuki, like how they got kind of messed up like that. But for
I was happy.
Hiyoko,
I'm sorry.
I don't know how to put it into words. Like, she had an attitude. Like, a lot of people had attitudes. Like, Byakuya had an attitude. Fuyuhiko had attitude. But they had very redeeming qualities, like, at the end of the game. And for Hiyoko, she just didn't for me. Like, she just didn't. It was just like, oh, like, I'm gonna just be
a bitch for no reason.
Bitchy for whatever. Like, and like, it was nothing really redeeming for her. Like, so I don't know. Like, we could move on in the game without her character. Just like with Mahiro. Mahiro wasn't a bitch though. She was nice, but like didn't really give me much. I don't know. Okay, Sonia. So Sonia was the princess, and
indubitably.
Let's see. You know what? Actually, looking at all of these characters and actually like thinking about how I feel about them, a lot of the people in 2 were just okay. Like she's okay. Like, Sonia is all right. Like she gave some information on, like, when they were reading the text or the books, that there was like a foreign language in there, which was actually English, and she was able to read that. But it wasn't really a lot of monumental things that Sonia gave for me. So I I don't know. Okay, Kazuichi, or should I say Simpuichi, because that's what he was doing the whole time with Sonya.
Yeah.
He was just simping over Sonya the whole entire game. So I'm just gonna put him in okay, because he just wanted to be by her side. Anything that she said, he wanted to do. Anything that she said she didn't like, he didn't like all of a sudden. So he was just a simp the whole game, just simping the entire time. I don't know.
Hey,
Now,
hold up, Hifumi. Jasmine must forgot Hifumi was a simp for Celeste too as well.
oh, Tanaka. I actually like him. Because at first, when I first met him, I thought that he was an evil villain based on, like, how he talks and how he looks. Like, he looks like he could be, like, the ultimate villain. But then come to find out he's, like, the ultimate, like, caretaker of, like animals. Like, it was just such a good twist that I did not expect. And I loved how he would deduce things and how he would say things. I don't know. I just liked his whole vibe. His whole vibe was nice to me. Now, Teru, I gotta say that I gotta put him in the neutral because he was the ultimate pervert. He was the ultimate chef, okay? That was his talent, but he was the ultimate pervert as well. Anytime that anybody said anything, he would find some way to make it sound so sexual and like just completely wrong. So it was like wrong, but it was funny though. It was funny though sometimes the way that he said it, and I loved his accent. Like it almost sounded like a down south like bayou like accent, and I loved that. So I gotta put him in the okay, because he was there for me. He was there for humor, okay? Because he wasn't in the game long, but he was there for humor for me. And actually, now that I think about it, I have to actually revisit Hajime because he was Izuku Kamakura. So I have to, like, he wasn't just Hajime. Like, he was actually another person. So I have to actually move him up to, he's neutral.
Okay,
because
that's fair enough.
He wasn't just Hajime, and he was doing things and being influenced by Junko, so I don't know. Yeah. But there wasn't anybody that I hate. So good. So 2 for 2, there was nobody that I like absolutely like hated. Like in the end of like both 1 and 2. So I think.
And y'all Koichi fans gonna be pissed. Watch, you gonna put Koichi at the bottom. Watch.
That's a good thing. But there was definitely characters in here that I really could care less for. Not saying that they're bad characters, I just think we didn't really need them. I don't know. Fair enough. Moving on. All right, now we have Ultra Despair Girls tier list. So this was the game that had Makoto's sister, Komaru Naegi, and it had Toko there. And Byakuya was there. And Nagato was there. There's a lot of people there. But this game actually, I think, was one of my favorite games, only because in the series, there were no, like, it wasn't like a shooter open world game in the other Danganronpa games. But this one was really different, and she was actually, running around town with her megaphone weapon and blasting at the other Monokumas and other Monokuma monsters. Like, there was a Beast Monokuma and all these other ones. Like, it was a fun game for me, especially because I like shooters. So, like, that's why I like they incorporated both of those things. But let's get into it. So, all right, so Byakuya, let's start with him. I'm going to move him up here. You know why? Because at the beginning of Trigger Happy Havoc, I did not like him whatsoever. But in this game, it showed that he was part of the Future Foundation. We had to end up going ahead and go save him with Komaru and Toko, and just the little scenarios that Toko made of them two made me like him even more. I don't know. Even though those scenarios were against his own will, it just made me like him more of like how she was depicting him, And I
oink oink.
just completely respect what he was trying to do, and the fact that he actually gave Komaru a weapon so that she can get out of this shit was actually very, very helpful. So I love his character. I really do. I started off hating him, and I actually have a big respect for Byakuya on the Tagami name, okay? Genocide Jack, gotta put you there, and I love you category as well. Reason being is because without Genocide Jack, I don't think that Komaru would have lasted long. I don't think so. Because Komaru had to fight up against all of the Monokumas that were out and about, and without Genocide Jack attacking them and taking them out very easily and popping off, I don't think that Komaru would have lived. Toko, I respect her a lot too, because she actually opened up a bit more. She actually became friends with Komaru, and she actually allowed herself to have a friendship, because in the first game, she was not really doing that. She was kind of opening up like a teeny tiny bit, but in this game, you get to see more of her side and what type of like stories that she likes to write and things like that. You just got more out of her in this game. So I'm gonna put her in the I love you category. Nagato, I'm gonna put him here because he was kind of just playing, you know,
He was just kind of there
for himself. I don't know. Like he was a very complicated man in this game. Like he was kind of helping us, but then like kind of not. Like I don't know how to really explain him. So I'm just put him in neutral. Komaru, I'm gonna put you in neutral. I don't necessarily like her character that much. Reason being is because in this game, she had so many moments where she was just about to just give up, and she was complaining that she was ordinary, she was average, the same shit we were hearing with Makoto, and I was just losing my shit. I was losing my mind, okay? I was just like, I am tired of listening to this. But she did have her moments where she stood up and she was fighting against the Monokumas and the children, and even trying to snap Toko back together. And she was actually the reason why Toko opened up. You know, she was the reason why Toko actually started to have a friend, you know, so she was okay. She was okay. Not necessarily super like her character, but she was okay. For the children, we don't even have to talk about this, okay? You are a bitch. You are less of a bitch, but you're still a bitch. I feel sorry for actually all of you children because of what you all went through, but I don't like any of y'all. I don't like any of y'all, okay? Y'all were all nuisances in this damn game, all right? But you guys have very sad backstories, okay? Your parents didn't care about anything but academically for you. Your parents were abusive. Your parents were sexually allowing people to sexually abuse you. And then for you, your mom just thought that, or ingrained in you, that you were ugly and you had to wear this mask. So it's like that game, I would say Ultra Despair games is definitely one that you have to have a strong heart for to play this game. But I still don't like y'all. Now Yuta, I have to put you here. That's Asahina's brother. Oh my goodness. And he just wanted to be as good as an athlete as his sister. And I can't hate him for that. I can't say anything negative about that. The only thing is that he died. He died in a very sad way. That's the only thing I can say about him. I don't really have anything negative to say about this boy. I don't really. Shirokuma, you were the sweetest thing ever. Okay, you were the sweetest Monokuma bear I have ever encountered. But you were one half of Alter Ego Junko. So you were gonna be here, okay? You were gonna be here if you were not part of Junko, Alter Ego Junko, but because you are, I'm gonna have to put you down at I like you. I would have loved you, but I have to put you at I like you because you are working for the enemy.
I did like the characters.
Just had to put that out there. And because of that, let's just go ahead and go to your brother. Your brother, Kurokuma. Okay, we're gonna put you...
Homie, goofy.
We're gonna put you here. We're gonna put you here. You had a foul mouth. You were half of the alter ego. You was on the enemy side. There wasn't really much that I could say about you. Just know that I didn't really care for you. I cared more about this one, Shirokuma, than you, okay? Because Shirokuma was nice. You were a bitch. So I'm just gonna put you there. Now, Haiji. So Haiji, he was something, all right? Because he, like in the game, I know that he is Monika's older brother. And they implied that he was actually kind of a little bit abusive to her. And he actually hates her. He actually hates kids. But at the same time, when it came to like dating, like
But yeah, he likes young kids in a sexual way.
Preferred the younger girl. So it was just weird. Like he was a little weird to me. I don't know. So I'm just going to put you here. All right. So we can do without him. So now for Hiroko. So I actually like her character. I actually liked her character a lot because she was Hiro's mother, for one, okay? And she always had like this lax like vibe to her. Like, you do your thing, I'll do my thing type of thing. But she also did not like when people were cruel or harmful in any way to others, or they did any cruel or torturous to other people, and she absolutely hated that. So she was like a for the people like person, you know. And I actually liked her, and she was actually getting other people to find the people that she was trying to rescue, like the missing people. She was trying to find and rescue them and see what happened to them. And she never actually did the work herself. Like, she actually used her womanly charm to have other people do things for her. So I kind of like her. I kind of like her. She was never using her womanly charm for bad. It was always for good. So I like her. Chihiro's or Cheerios' dad is Taichi. And now I feel like I like him. He had notes in this game. And in that note, it's basically saying that
Homie tried his best. I swear that he tried his best.
he just wants to see his child and wife one more time, and his child being Cheerio. And I just like him because I just saw, as soon as I saw his face, like, I knew that he had to be Cheerio's dad. I knew that he had to be. They look so similar. Like, they basically have the same exact face. That is like a spitting image. But his character actually helped Komaru and Toko a lot in this game by helping them with the elevator and things like that. So I definitely have him in the I like you spot. And Makoto, I'm just gonna put him in the neutral along with your sister right there side by side, because he is in the Future Foundation, and he was also trying to help his sister get out of that situation. And he was, you know, he wasn't there for a long time in this game. He wasn't there for a long time, but I respect him from the other games like Trigger Happy Havoc and things like that, and working with Byakuya. So yeah, there's a lot. The reason why there's a lot of get out of here people here is because I just wanted to get the kids out. This is the one that annoyed me the most, okay? Because she was the one that was so manipulative towards the other ones. Like, all of them wanted her attention, especially these two, okay? Yeah. And they just wanted to, and she knew that. She knew it too. And the thing is, she was in the wheelchair and the bitch could walk. The bitch could walk. That's the thing that gets me. She could get up out of that seat at any time that she wanted to, okay? So she belongs in this category, okay? Everybody else, that might just be by default, but you, bitch, you belong there. You belong there. So let's move on. So now we are doing Danganronpa V3, the most recent game that I've finished playing. All right, so let's get into it. So starting off, we have Angie. Girl, I'm gonna have to put her here. I know a lot of people didn't care for Angie, or they were probably annoyed because of the whole, you know, Atua thing, like all praise to Atua and stuff like that. But I actually liked it. I actually liked that they introduced like a spiritual person like her, you know, like she, and it was so much to the fact because they actually shed light on how like cults form, you know, like cults form from people like Angie, someone that is so likable, and they'll be like, oh, if you just do this, you'll be happy and stuff like that. Like, that is like how a lot of cult leaders are, kind of. So I like that they had her character in this game. I really do. I liked her character. And Gonta was so sweet. I have to put him here. I have to put him here in the I love you category. You know why? Because Gonta was such a gentleman that there was nothing negative that I could say about this man. Like, there's nothing negative. Like, he just always wanted to be nice to people. He cared about his little bugs, even though I personally hate bugs. He just genuinely cared for everybody in this whole entire class. Even the people that he probably shouldn't have cared for that much, he was still nice to them as well. Unfortunately, that led to him being used for a killing, but he was just such a pure soul. There's nothing bad I could say about Gonta. Gonta was such a sweet, strong Tarzan. I don't know how else to say it. Now, Himiko, I'm gonna have to put you here, girl. I don't know. Himiko, she was, you know what, actually, I'm gonna have to move her lower. Now that I'm looking at it, I'd have to move her lower. Himiko was actually very annoying to me in this game, okay? She always butt in the class trials with no useful information. She kept claiming about this magic that we never actually seen in person. So it was just very, very annoying. You know, she literally got carried to the end of this, because remember at the end of the game when they were like, oh, we have to sacrifice one person or whatever like that in the last trial, I was fully willing to let Himiko go. I was fully willing to let her ass go, okay? To let her and her magic get the hell out that damn game, okay? I was so ready, all right? So I actually have to put her in the get out of here category. Okay, Kibo, I'm gonna put him in the I love you category. People do not give this man enough credit, and I say man and not robot, okay? Because he was in there putting in that work, okay? He actually was gone to the point where he was like, look, if we can't end this killing game the regular way, I'ma just destroy this whole shit. And I was all with it. I was with the energy. I was completely with Kibo, okay? And I kept standing up for him because everybody kept talking about the fact that he was a robot, and we can see that he's a robot, okay? We can see that. Y'all don't have to keep bringing it up like he ain't here in the game with y'all, okay? Because he could kill y'all at any point, but he didn't, all right? So I like Kibo. I like Kibo a whole lot. He sacrificed himself so much for these students, okay? Just for them to talk about him like a dog. Every minute that they had, every chance that they had, they kept trying to roast Kibo, and I didn't like that. So I like Kibo. Kaede, oh my gosh, girl, I'm about to put you here in the I like you category. I like her character so much. She, first of all,
to me, she died too early though. That's the only thing I hate about her. She died too early, and damn, Jasmine got a point.
I loved her talent, which was the ultimate pianist, and I loved her uniform, having like the little music notes and everything. And her trial was actually very surprising because that was the first time in all of the other trials that we've had in Danganronpa where the first trial is actually you being the killer. But she wasn't the killer at the same time, so it was just very wild. That whole trial was very wild. It was like, yes, she did it, but no, she didn't do it. It was kind of like she just died like for nothing, actually. Like, it's actually very sad now that I think about it. Now we have Kaito Momota, Luminary of the Stars. I gotta say, I like you. I really liked Kaito. Actually, no.
Yeah,
I'm gonna put him in the I love you. I loved his character. Very much. I liked his relationship with Maki. I liked his relationship with Shuichi, calling him his partner. And I love the fact that he was still pushing through and doing what he was doing, even though that he had that virus. He had the virus and it was killing him, but he was still determined like, hey, I'm gonna end this game and I'm gonna make it to space, even though he already technically did. And when he did go to space, when he died in his own way, okay? Not the way that was intended for him, okay? Not the way that that the mastermind intended, because the mastermind intended for him to die, on the explosion, coming down or whatever like that. But no, he died because of the illness, and he got to see the stars. So joke's on you, Kaito still got what he wanted. So I love it. Okay, Kirimi. Now Kirimi, I have to put her in the neutral. I have to put her in the neutral. She was just basically trying to fulfill the orders that were given to her. She was doing, and she did her best. And she was very
another Mukuro.
She was very careful and precise with everything that she did. I don't know. I just felt okay with her character. Now, Kokichi. Oh God, the things that I can say about you, sir. Okay, so he actually started the game right here for me. He was gonna get out of here because this man is the ultimate liar, okay? He was just like lying the entire game. He was getting on my nerves the entire game. But towards the end, we find out that he really didn't like this killing game either, just like everybody else, and he wanted it gone just as everyone else did. And like the things that he did, like as far as like evil stuff, because he was like the ultimate evil, supremely whatever. So he only did like little petty crimes, like killing and stuff like that. He's like not okay with. So it's the fact, I actually gotta give him some respect for the fact that he and Kaito did what they did,
Okay.
So I'm gonna put the neutral, because he started off here, so I'm gonna put him in neutral because of the way that he and Kaito ended up doing their death, or his death, I should say. I don't know. It was a lot of things. He manipulated a lot of people like Gonta, and that's what led to Gonta's death, and he also helped in the end with ending this killing game. So I don't know what to say for him, really. I I don't like him, but at the same time, I can't not like the things that he did in this game to make sure that people got out of the game and to make it end. I don't know. The only thing that really did get on my nerves was him coming for Kibo. That was the main thing that kept rubbing me the wrong way. Just let Kibo go crazy on him like he did the Academy, okay? And it'll be over. All that talk will be done. All right, but I feel okay with Kokichi. I don't hate him. I don't hate him anymore. So for Korikyo, I'm gonna have to put him in this care less about you category. Reason because in the game, he was never really an outstanding character in the game, and when it came to like his whole involvement in this game, it was kind of like he was just there for the ride. Like not saying that he enjoyed the killing game, but it's kind of like he found pieces of enjoyment to see how certain people would do certain things when put in certain situations. I don't know, but he just liked to see what people would do. So I don't really feel like his character was necessarily like needed in this game. I don't know. Now for Maki, gotta put her here. Yeah. I love my girl Maki. You already know. I really don't even have to explain that much for her. Like, she's a badass, okay? Now Mew, foul mouth Mew, I love her. She's automatic and I love you too. She is automatically one of my favorite characters in this whole franchise because she was just so helpful. First of all, I love that she was cussing and saying all this stuff all the time because that was just always funny to me. And the fact that she would say like some perverted things too was just hilarious.
Oh, no.
But
I'm back one last time.
She was an inventor. Like, she's a smart mouth like girl, but don't let it be confused. Like, she is a genius, okay? And sometimes she would be guessing the characters who were the actual killer or the Blacken. She would guess who the Blacken was with me. Like,
she did that with Karumi. She did that with she was close with Shuichi. Man, she was almost on the spot on the money if you think about it. And everybody's saying she's an underrated character. She need more respect.
Along with me, when we both didn't have that much evidence, but we were always here. Like, me and Mew were always here. Like, I don't know who it is yet, but my brain is telling me that it's this person, even though I don't have that much evidence yet. I'm just off of instinct. Like, me and Mew were just here off of instinct. So I always loved her. Now, Rantaro, I have to put you here, baby, because first of all, he went out too fast, all right? As soon as they introduced his character, I was just like, we need to see more of him because he seems like he knows more than is actually leading on. And then at the end of the game, it shows that that was true. He did know more because he knew about the hunt and he had the survivor perk and everything. Like, he's already been through all of this. And so it was actually cool that he was leaving a note for his future self that might have his memory erased and say like, hey, don't trust anybody. Let's look at this. Come look at this and don't share this with anybody that you don't trust. Like, he was like setting his future self up for success, basically. Unfortunately, he died, but that was because that's what the mastermind wanted, okay? So, you know, whatever. Now, Ryoma, oh my God. I gotta say I'm sorry again. I gotta say I'm sorry again for Ryoma. I'm gonna put you here, Ryoma. If it wasn't that. Now, look, I have to.
Just like on the tier list, he thought he was gonna make it to I Love You, but he still got a ways to go.
Apologize every time I see Ryoma because during the first trial, I was so convinced that this man was the killer, okay? I was so convinced because of his size, and he was like the ultimate tennis player apparently, and he went to jail, like, you know, for killing people, like with the tennis ball. So it was like I just thought that he was in the vent whacking whoever it was.
I mean, it was
at the bottom, which have to be Rentaro, but I don't know. I just have to apologize every time I see Ryoma. But I feel okay with his character. The thing that got me to like his character was the heavily deep voice. Now, Shuichi, I gotta say, I like you. The ultimate detective, man. Because he started off very, very unconfident of himself. He still had a talent. He knew what his talent was, and he was very confident that his talent was good. But it was so good to the fact that he thought that he would be interfering in people's lives and making things worse for people because he's finding out the outcome of these, you know, cases that he...
Basically like a non-confident Kyoko.
is trying to investigate and everything like that, and that kind of made him wear the hat and just like be like, you know, to himself. But Kaede brought that more out of him, and he actually was standing up to people a lot more. Like his progression, I would say, was way more than like Makoto and like Hajime, as far as like, you know, like the main character in the game, I should say, the main person that you play, you know? Like I respect Shuichi a lot in this game. I really, really do. Now, Tenko just did not like men, okay?
I'm like, really?
She did not like men. I felt okay for her. Actually, yeah, I felt okay for her because she was over there trying to make sure that Himiko was okay, and she didn't like the part where Himiko was being, you know, drafted into this cult basically, and saying that, you know, Himiko needs to get knocked into her senses. I'm like, yes, she does.
Thanks.
Okay, so Tenko was good. She didn't deserve to go out the way that she did, but I don't necessarily care like I'm head over heels for her character either. So that's why I put her in the neutral category. We have Miss Plain Jane. Miss, I'm so plain. I'm plain boring. I'm plain fashion. And you was the plain mastermind, okay? So Tsumigi, we are going to put you here, girl. Because you were the ultimate cosplayer, all right? And at the end of this game, first of all, the ending of Danganronpa V3 threw me for a loop. Okay, I did not think they were going to end it the way they ended it, but apparently it was because, you know, I think it said that the creators of the game didn't want to make another one or something like that. So they wanted it to end. Like they wanted Danganronpa to end, so they chose the way to end it how they did. She was trying to do the same things that Junko did, you know, in the ways that Junko did, just to try to be the ultimate cosplayer in that way. I don't know. She was just plain okay. All right, she was just plain okay, like she always likes to say. But the one that I definitely did despise out of this whole damn game was Himiko. Okay, Himiko got my freaking nerves. Okay, she really did. I don't know what else to say. I don't know. But that is all that I have to say on the characters from the games. I know there's a lot more characters, like, you know, in the anime and things like that, but this video will be freaking 2, 3, 4 hours long with me explaining every single character. So these are just my rankings, okay? I don't want anybody to be in there in their feelings about where I ranked who or why I did, okay? These are just my opinion, okay? But as far as my favorite game out of all of them, I would say I really enjoyed the first one. I really enjoyed Ultra Despair Girls just because of the shooter aspect. Oh. And I gotta say, I least liked, well, I didn't like the ending of V3. I understand why they did it, but it's just not one of my favorites. Yeah, it was trash. And then for Danganronpa 2, it was just okay. You know, it was alright compared to the other games.
What pissed me off about 2 is that they should have brought Izuru Kamakura out. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to see that villainous side of Hajime. Like, all of a sudden, he's a whole villain. Like, I wanted to see that switch so bad. My bad.
Right, let me know what you guys rank them. And if you guys like my ranking video. I know this might have been all over the place. Maybe not the most information given as, you know, to each character. But okay. It would be a freaking long episode. Like this episode would be so freaking long if I explained in depth of every character, you know. It would just take so long. So hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be back with another episode of something. I really don't know what I'm gonna do next, so I'll see you guys later. And